Let's go, new series! Greetings one and all, my name is Lancer and welcome to a new reaction series. With Vivi Fluoride Eye's song now done and over with, we move on to another one that was recommended. Aniketduta989 recommended Psycho-Pass, saying that's in the similar vein of Death Note, which is something I have heard before in regards to this series. Same vein as Death Note, Erased. A couple things we'll address before we get into it. First and foremost, as always, if you would like to stay up to date in terms of how far ahead I am, because by the time you're seeing this first episode, we're probably gonna be close to the end of the show, then head over to Patreon for $3 a month. You can see my reactions as I finish them and as they come out, as well as your name will be included in the credits, and at the very end of the series, I'll even shout you out personally. And of course, like I started with ReZero, I will be taking notes to keep track of everything, because I'm pretty sure this one is more of a drama than anything, so gotta keep track of that stuff. And of course, the final thing, similarly to ReZero, Psycho-Pass does have an extended edition. And of course, I did my research and whatnot in terms of what it means, you know, because I had to do that with ReZero for season 1, because it pretty much is the same, where it's taking 2 episodes, putting them into one, and adding like a couple extra things. So I hope those of you down in the comments below, similarly to season 1, can point out anything that's maybe different from the original as opposed to this. Now, I know it'd probably be better just for me to watch the series normally, but for me, I don't know, I like doing it 2 at a time. It saves me editing time, I guess, even though it's technically the same amount. I digress. I'm ready to get into a new series. Also, a fun thing is that Psycho-Pass is actually on the anime scratch-off thing back here. That's another reason why I actually wanted to watch it. I didn't even do the dramatic reveal of what the show is, did I? I'm just so autopilot right now, but it's fine. We're here. We're watching Psycho-Pass, episode 1 and 2, technically. Let's get right into the first episode. They wouldn't be the first. I am watching Psycho-Pass on Crunchyroll. This is kind of fourth wall breaking right now. A silly thought. We're gonna get our first little taste of the opening. Got ourselves a little Guts Griffith thing here. White hair, black hair. Whoa. I like his design already. I like that front spiky hair. Those always end up being some of my favorite anime characters. Some of those include Kiritsugu Emiya, Spike Spiegel, Aofumi from Shield Hero, and others that I can't think of. Sheesh. Oh, that was cool. Are we about to do a thing where it's like, this is happening, but now we're gonna go hours or days earlier? Shinya Kogami. Shinya and Shogo. Alright. Psycho-Pass. What's that music? It's kind of like Mission Impossible or something. Maybe it is kind of fitting. I went from Vivi to this. Robots. Akane. So many names. Hostage, huh? Homeless people. Great. The worst. Damn, big guns. It's a Tron truck. Use their own kind to hunt them. Owner, huh? Is that the terms we're going with? Don't we all? I already like these characters. Call me simple, but before we continue, I must know things from production side of things. Anime, give me details. Studio, production IG. Alright, I am familiar. And what about music? Music by Yugo Kanno. He's done JoJo's music, and that's all I really know from him. Interesting, alright. I mean, I haven't heard much of the music yet, so music does a lot for me, though. Got a robot hand. Use one or be one? It's a gun that reads somebody. Got it. That's something we need nowadays. It's a video game.
俺たちが獲物を狩り、あんたが見届ける。
俺たちもこう見えても専門家だからな。
Believe it when I see it.
士官であるあんただ。だから俺のやり口が気に入らないときは、そいつで俺を撃て。俺たちも対象と同じ潜在犯だ。
Like the idea already. Just these guns that can tell the difference.
就職も結婚も望みなんかありゃしねえ。
So be a killer, sure.
あんたみたいな可愛い女、一度でいいから抱いてみたいと思ってたのさ。
Gross. Well, no sympathy. Give him a hole for him to fuck. Move quietly. I like hand signals. I imagine there'll be a thing at some point down the line where it's wrong or it can't read someone correctly. Falsely accused, perhaps. Yeah, I mean, had to test it, I guess. What happens if you point it at yourself? Well, I mean, I guess it'll just read you. It's one thing to study it, it's another thing when it's real.
それがどれだけ無意味なもんかすぐに思い知る羽目になるだろうさ。犯罪係数オーバー190執行対象です。おやおや悪い子だ。
So it's like a type of round that only targets him. Lethal. What decides all this? What's the system? Oh, what? She really is at the end of her rope, probably. Ain't that the truth? Just get to work. I mean, it's not gonna work, right? Or is it gonna backfire? Oof. Yo! What kind of fucking bullet is that? Just Akira'd him. Vaporized. Who is this Sibyl? So they're god in this world? Ah, Indiana Jones. Well, she's leaving a trail. For lack of a better term. She have his lighter. She could shoot him, right? Fish islands. Well, that can't be right. What the fuck, bro? I thought he was the main character. Well, at least non-lethal. Rough day, huh? I assume that was probably the end of episode 1. Well, interesting CG work there. It's kind of interesting. 44 MW instead of like 45 millimeters at like 45 megawatt or something. I don't know this ceiling. So if you're mentally unstable in this world, that's a cause for death. Dang, then we'd be fucked if this was the real world. Ain't nobody living, especially my generation. Ah, yeah, simulation. I mean, that probably ties into the mental well-being. And is that just gonna be made that way? Yeah, that seems safe. It's The Sims. What is actually real? Yeah. I don't know about the tight color, but How did she get this job? This seems like the kind of job you need training for, like actual physical training, but she didn't even know what the Dominator was. This isn't exactly the normal world. Excuse me? One-sama. Is everyone just a criminal? Shit. What kind of relationship are these two gonna have? Well, it started very similar to Goku and Bulma, except this time Bulma shot... this time the bullet actually affected Goku. They're criminals, yet they're office workers, and now it's time to go to work. Who else? What a disguise. So you actually feel it? I thought it was just like a hologram. A feeling. Is that his voice? And no one saw a thing. I solemnly swear that I am up to no good. No, you're back up. Yes. But you're a main character, so it's not in your nature to do nothing. Who is he reminding me of? What out of the plethora of blonde, crazy male anime characters is he reminding me of? Just because you were good doesn't mean you were the best. Sheesh. Since birth, practically. Why does anyone become anything? I mean, you could be angry a little bit. You shot inspiration directly into my spine. What's his history? What's his Spike Spiegel backstory? See, you don't know. Doesn't always have to be shoot first, think later. Alright. This an ED or an OP? Damn. Hoo-wee, what a start. Well, that was episode 1 of Psycho-Pass. Story-wise, I don't know if I'm engaged, but I really like the characters already. Design-wise, art-wise, like a lot of them, I can already kind of guess where they're probably going to end up later down the line. You know, especially like that older guy. He, like, for right now, he's going to be like the mentor character, which means he's most likely going to die later on down the line after getting a tragic backstory, probably about how he lost his hand. Just because I know the tropes doesn't mean I can't enjoy it. And that doesn't even mean it could be a trope. Like, I might be completely wrong, but that's just what I'm going to guess. And when it comes to Akane and and Shinya, their relationship will probably be one of kind of like, you know, like protector guardian, maybe, possibly romance. I don't want to speculate too much again. We are very fresh. Again, technically only 2 episodes in so far. You know, I like doing the extended edition kind of stuff like this, you know, doing 2 episodes at a time, because I've said before, it's one thing doing episode 1. In my opinion, that's the easiest episode to do. Episode 1, chapter 1. It's easy to introduce, have a bunch of ideas, introduce them. Like, it is hard to introduce them in a, I guess, understandable way, like make it easily consumable and digestible for the audience. But I've always said that episode 2 is kind of the true episode 1, because it's, all right, now we know the story, we know the characters, we understand the world a little bit. Where do we go with it now? Episode 1 is opening the door. Episode 2 onward is the journey. That's how I've always looked at it anyway, in the writing I've done. I like the concepts already. The idea of these guns that can tell someone's mental state. They already talked about it a little bit, like this world that's reliant on technology, and this kind of technology, I could definitely foresee it at some point in the future. Maybe the psychopath detector, the dominator, maybe reads someone incorrectly, or maybe for better or for worse, like maybe it reads someone who comes across as insane, quote unquote, but they're super, I mean, granted, that's what like these enforcers are. It's like they're criminals. They have like that high number psychopaths, but they're, I guess, normal. They're not going crazy. It's a hell of a start to a show. Like, I'm already really engaged in like the drama and the character dynamics, and story-wise, I mean, it's probably one that's going to start out as kind of like a, I guess, adventurer, monster of the week, or psycho of the week kind of show. That opening scene, though, I wonder how far in the future that is. Is that going to be at the end of this season, or maybe the end of the show? Shinya and Shogo, the ultimate showdown, you know? Spike Spiegel and Vicious, Guts and Griffith, Tenma and Johan, you know? It's always interesting seeing like the end of the story at the very beginning, though it does run risks, because now it's like, okay, we know Shinya is not going to die, and the Shogo character is not going to die either. It's the journey, not the destination, but kind of risky showing the destination at the beginning of the journey, but I'm open to anything at this point. We are very fresh. Either way, this was my reaction to episode 1 and 2 of Psychopaths. Join me next time for episode 3 and 4, as well as everything else that'll be coming out soon. So until next time, I'm Lancer. Thanks for watching.